Hey fans, and welcome to another interview. And well, this interviewee, he's my favorite interviewee. And you know what? Since Vancouver has been screwed by Gary Bettman in the NHL, I say, you know what? Vancouver won the Stanley Cup, and this man should have an entrance equivalent to what Vancouver should have, parading the cup through Vancouver. So, in honor of the greatest voice actor from Canada, I will have him enter through his own national anthem. Oh, Canada, our home and native land, true patriot love, on all thy sons' commands. From far and wide we see thee rise, the true north strong and free. From far and wide, O Canada, we stand on guard for thee. God keep our land glorious and free. Oh, Canada, we stand on guard for thee. Oh, Canada, we stand on guard for thee.
And now I light you all on fire and we have a riot. That's the Canadian way. You actually know all the words. We don't. They keep changing.
You know what the strangest thing is? I'm Jewish, and they have it in the back of our prayer book.
Really? Just in case.
That and the national anthem. It's strange.
Say you're leaving synagogue and you suddenly get transported to a strange and magical place called Canada.
Yeah.
You'll have to learn to communicate with the natives. So everything's a question.
So we have Scott Mcneil here, and again, I want to apologize for Gary Bettman screwing your team.
Gary Bettman didn't screw our team. Our team screwed our team. Vertilago chokes in the damn.
Well, let's talk about some anime. Get that anger all out. Well, speaking of anger, one of your new roles that I absolutely love is from Gundam 00.
Oh.
Alice Sanchez. I mean, you played evil guys but mostly comical evil guys. This was really your first maniacal, just pure evil guy that, everybody hates.
Like I was going to say, like Roberto Rorongo. I had fun with Alias Sanchez. Because he's a complete and utter sociopathic, merciless, narcissistic bastard. Much like my mother describes me.
Well, and one of my favorite scenes is, I think halfway through the first season, you have, where you're driving away after killing I think it's the president of some company, and you have the reporter, and she's asking, do you know about the Gundams? And you're like, yes, come in. And it's like that psycho moment where you're screaming, don't get in the car!
Don't go in the cellar, girl. I don't care how cute you look in your lingerie. That's a bad idea! Bad idea.
I mean, how did you approach being that psychotic?
It wasn't that hard. Sometimes the voices tell me to do bad things. Sometimes the voices make me do show tunes. I don't know which is worse.
Well, of course, we have like I said earlier, four Dragon Ball Z voice actors. I have to ask you, do you prefer the original, Dragon Ball Z where, you have 2,000 episodes of filler where next time on Dragon Ball Z. Next time on Dragon Ball Z. Or the, condensed,
where it
kid-friendly.
comes down to 2 episodes of the actual dialogue.
Yeah.
It makes more sense to me. What I don't get is in the re-recording of it. Why didn't they use the original dialogue?
I know.
I don't want to talk myself out of work. To me.
But, have you seen any of, well, obviously you've seen some of the Dragon Ball Kai.
I've seen all of the parts where my lips move. Those are the parts that I get to see.
But, I mean, is it easier when you're not having to scream your head off and almost faint into a coma?
Yes. That's a really simple answer. Yes, screaming hurts. It's bad.
But at the end of it, I mean, outside of the screaming, was the original more fun than Kai?
You know what? It was the nice thing about Kai. It's, the first time we're doing, nobody knew DBZ. It was certainly we didn't, that it was going to be a decade of work and it was going to go on and stuff. So, we didn't really, it was like, oh, okay, I got this job, I'm doing this thing. Okay, I'm green, I'm pink, And then, after how many years of doing conventions and stuff, now I'm going, now I get it. Yeah, okay, so now the show, so going into do Kai, it's kind of cool because it's like, okay, now I get a chance to kind of do it right, now that I know what I'm doing. And I actually understand the characters. Somewhat, although I still don't know why they're all named after vegetables and underwear.
We'll just remember not to put you in the pickle jar.
Thank you. Somebody finally at a con gave me
a pickle jar?
A pickle jar with piccolo in the pickle jar.
Well, our fans had a question for all you guys. What is the funnest role, or what is the funnest roles that you've done?
You know what, it's not specifically anime related, but I'm doing a series right now called League of Super Evil, which you have to watch.
Oh, I've watched it.
Have you?
Yeah, it's on Cartoon Network, baby.
Moods is, because it's just 3 of us in the cast, and it's 3 completely psychotic brain freaks. And we are the world's worst supervillains, so will not be denied. That one is a ball to work on. Plus, we're all in there in the studio at the same time. I just say studio. I just bit my own tongue. So I'm a professional talker, and this is why I'm so we have a ball with that one. Anime dubbing tends to be a little less kind of quote-unquote fun because you're in there by yourself, watching the TV, trying to act with someone else's lips. Essentially, we're in small padded rooms, screaming a lot by ourselves. Anime-wise, they're all fun. Probably the only one I can think of, specifically in anime, that was kind of, wasn't like, wow, this is crazy. This guy's a complete lunatic, was Hohenheim, who was just the world's worst deadbeat dad. Like, honey, you're a little late on those child support payments, aren't you? Not my fault he turned out short.
Oh, that's just a little... But on a more serious question, I want to know, because, I do consider you my premier information about the voice acting business. What do you think the future is holding for the voice acting business right now? Where do you think it's going, and...
There is no future! It's over! It's over! I may have overreacted a little bit there. Back to you in the studio, Jim.
Well, we have a sunny front coming this way.
Thank you, and now back to the main desk. It's different now. It certainly is different. Anime has kind of done an arc that's going in a steady direction now. Regular prelay type cartoon work, which is sort of the lion's share of the stuff we do in Canada, it's taken a weird nosedive because the networks are no longer generating the revenue from new shows and new product that they used to because of the internet, because of a bunch of other stuff, and because the Canucks suck. So there's less demand for new product. And I know that's the same in LA, it's the same for us in Vancouver. It's diminishing somewhat. So it's getting a little more even. But hopefully it's not going to go away because, I personally don't have any other life skills. There's nothing I can do, really. Sad when you come down to it.
Well, thank you, Scott. This actually may be my last year at Metrocon, and
No!
No, I don't, Ben. I don't.
I'm going to miss you most of all.
You're really going to miss me when I pack you in my suitcase later.
They're taking you off parole.
Yeah.
Back to the big house.
Yeah, that 5.5 stick is gone. But no, honestly, you've been here all 5 years, and if I don't get to come to Metrocon, because I'm actually moving out of state, if I don't get to come to Metrocon again,
then I'm not coming to Metrocon.
But in all seriousness, you make this con so much fun for me, and I want to thank you. Especially last year when I was going through a rough time, and I had some depression. I came to Metrocon and had so much fun, especially here in the green room with you. It just lifted me back up and realized, I have good things in my life, and I really want to thank you for that.
You're welcome.
Thank you so much. And anime fans, I will be back with another interview.
Right after these important commercial messages.